can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium in the home of the Auburn Tigers. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Wolverines' return team didn't help matters out much there. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
The play-action fake. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Makes a connection. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. Running back searching for a hole. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. It's a reverse. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Dobbs. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
Man, they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout the years.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're bringing heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about the big fella right in the middle of this 3-4 defense getting the pass rush? He just anchors down and just pushes the interior of this offensive line right back into the lap of the quarterback.
The Wolverines line up to punt it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So the Auburn Tigers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
I just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. They'll try to power their way ahead. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. fleet-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, it's Dobbs. Finds his tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. Afterburner's coming. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Wolverines trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll try to sneak the wide receiver past him on first and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. He'll pull it on the read. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Appalachian State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. Gets it out quickly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Looking to throw for it. Pressure coming. Flips it out to the back. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Tigers are on the move. They'll run it. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up second and 4. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Quick pass on the jet motion. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Quarterback on the keeper. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's looking to throw it. Got his man quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
Trying to get to him. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. Leaves it with the running back. He locked up and held on to bring him down. This drive is now stretched through 3 presidential administrations. 14th play of the drive coming up. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll put the tight end in motion. He'll do it himself. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Feeling some heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They were able to get a field goal on board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. He'll start this drive firing. Finds his big tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Gonna run it. It's Best. At the 35, he's loose. Hit the afterburners, kid. The 20. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
Man, having a great back makes life so easy on your offense. It balances everybody out. It commits more guys to the box. And this guy all season long, he's in the top 10 in rushing for a reason. He's continued to make plays. You continue to trust him. This guy is a great running back.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run play action. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I'd like to see a little more creativity here with respect to the route running and play calling to help get these receivers open. Right now in that last play, they didn't do anything to work away from the defenders.
Third and goal coming up here. Looking downfield, it's Dobbs. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
And the sophomore has to get that one out in front of his receiver. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Got it, looking for the first down. The Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. They're trying to get to it. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Snowed under by the defense. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Looking downfield, it's Dobbs. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. out of the gun. The inside handoff to the running back. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners.
He'll take a shot. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wolverines. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-6. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. New Mexico is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside University Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 11 to Central Michigan.
Got his man!
We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, we'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He's going to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. It's complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The hurry up now, second down, caught kicking. He's looking to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Getting some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll check the spot. I think they'll have it right around the 40-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Bryant. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Offense gets set for second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Back to pass. It's Dobbs. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
The offensive line coach will be pulling his hair out. His head coach is okay right now because they're winning the game, but from an O-line standpoint, they've been atrocious in pass play.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. On second down, looking to throw. And that pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report.
Just about set for the second half kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high.
On third down, he drops to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the pass hits, picked off.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going.
And the ball slipped out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll leave it with him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Just a short pass to the tight end. Corralled and brought down by the defense. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Back to throw, it's Dobbs. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll try the run. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Looking for an open area to his left.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Complete downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. And And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Wide out in motion. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
The give out of the gun. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Snap from the gun on third down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Coastal Carolina has been able to call its shots offensively. As impressive a performance as I've seen from this group in some time. They're up by 24 over the Royals. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Quickly complete. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Wolverines are flying down the field. Leaves it with the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. It's a reverse. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. and they'll push that lead out a little further.
That makes the score Michigan 24, Auburn 9.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll start this drive with a pass. He looks that one in nicely.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
On the play.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Bringing it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Gets rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. The quick out. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he missed it. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, the lead's still at 15. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just wisely got rid of that when the worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Out of the backfield, he's open. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Dances away. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he breaks into the open. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's a great example of a receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Now with the 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. They're trying to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Up and over. Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Splits those uprights right in half. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Michigan State pulled one out today on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in East Lansing. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. The circle of life.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Dobbs. unloads to the wideout. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He rifles one deep to the left. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable. But trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback extends the play. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. This offense has a second down play. He finds his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Comes out throwing on first down. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese. And this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
They'll go for 2 here and try to climb within a field goal late. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is.
Michigan, 27. Auburn, 22.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Dobbs. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Best.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple yards there.
Coming after him. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
The Wolverines will call on their punt team. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Movement here from the tight end. Looking to move it through the air. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got his man.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it and make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They're bringing heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
What a beautiful day for the defense. A sack for you, a sack for you. Everybody gets a sack. Everything good happening for this defense.
This is a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. He'll go up top. Maybe a deciding play here. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Takes the handoff. It's Best. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Timeout called by the defense and 15 seconds to go in this one. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment and continue to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.